UNC is 9-2 coming off a loss last week to Georgia Tech, an embarrassing loss because they were probably going to be in the top 10, maybe the top 8. And North Carolina State also lost to Louisville last week. They're 7-4. Mac Brown has done a terrific job this year, I think, with UNC's offense, particularly at quarterback. Drake Mays had a spectacular season. He might even get invited to New York. He's been terrific, except for his last game. He only threw for 202 yards, a career low, but on the season, coach, he's completing 69%. He's got 34 touchdowns. He only has 4 interceptions, and he's rushed for 5 touchdowns and over 575 yards on the ground. But his main wide receiver, Josh Downs, he's had a spectacular year, also catching 11 touchdown receptions. On the other side, you look at NC State. They're basically have been a revolving quarterback the last couple of weeks, so they haven't been set at the quarterback position. But if you look at North Carolina State under Dave Doeren, they started off like, a ball of fire this year. The first half of the season, they were very good, but the second half of the season, they've kind of faltered.
Well, if you don't have a quarterback, Mark, and you mentioned they've had to go with a couple of different ones, you aren't going to be a great offensive football team. But I coached at NC State. I know what this in-state rivalry is, Mark. This is not like Michigan, Ohio State. This is neighbor versus neighbor, family versus family. But I think North Carolina is a very good offensive football team because of me. And what a surprise. He came on this year. Nobody really expected, but he has been fantastic. However, defensively, under Gene Chisholm, and he's an excellent coach, but they have not been a very good defensive football team. North Carolina lost to Georgia Tech. That's the type of loss that you should never have. May has been sacked 32 times, Mark. That's an awful lot. But he is a good threat. He runs the football. Without him, they would be a very average offensive football team. Make no mistake about it. However, with him, they're a very explosive team. And if their defense shows up, I think they will. I look for North Carolina to win this game 34 over NC State 20. And I know how much that hurts me to say that, having coached at NC State.
Well, if you look at the Tar Heels, a 6.5-point favorite in this game. I think the Tar Heels win this game. I think it's going to be a little closer. I think it's going to be 37-30, but they still cover by a whisker.